I'm going to share with you a suggestion that I think could solve many of the problems of medical school admissions. So in the UK, you have to decide really early, age 16, and people tend to choose thinking that medicine is the most idealistic, intellectually stimulating option that they could go for. But they have very little insight into the reality of what work in healthcare involves. And it's really hard for them to get work experience, and it ends up being very class based in terms of who has access to work experience. It's people whose parents know doctors. So what's the solution? I think we can take something from visual arts. So you don't go to university and do photography or fine arts, you do an art foundation course first, and I think we should do that with healthcare. So this would be a year. It would consist of lectures with an introduction of all that's in common with the healthcare professions, so nursing, medicine, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, pharmacy, and also paid work as a healthcare assistant. So you'd get an oversight into what healthcare involves. You'd also experience that reality of being on a rota and having responsibility. And what would it achieve? So it would break down those barriers between different healthcare professions. It would help with equality, help with insight. It would widen access to participation in healthcare professions, and it would take away the romance of being a teenager and sort of getting into medical school, or for parents, your child getting into medical school. It takes it away from this kind of glittering achievement to you're taking the first step in working out if you want to make a lifelong commitment to public service. So what do you think? Could it work?